Hello, this is novaTopFlex. The video was recorded around May 6, 2025, and the audio around May 10th, 2025. In this video, I am showcasing you options I have not already showcased in my previous top video, and additional top commands. Note that some commands will require sudo in this video, specifically the iftop and iotop ones for network interfacing and input-output. Most commands do not require sudo in the tops, and even a non-super user needs to see the usage statistics. So top and htop and related utilities, atop, btop, etc. do not require sudo by default. However, sudo privileges may allow usage statistics to be shown more prominently for root as well. You are currently looking at the standard top user interface. However, I have used additional keyboard shortcuts that I had not used in my previous video on tops. So in this video, I was able to get color mode on top. I am now transitioning to the interface of atop. I am now transitioning to the Aristocratus family of btop utilities. This is btop++, the variant of the btop utility written in C++. You will also see the bpytop and bashtop commands referenced in my previous video. bpytop is Python and bashtop is bash. These are all backed by the same Aristocratus entity. The difference is simple. One is in C++, one is in Python, and one is in bash. Keep in mind, however, that when I get to bashtop, the interface may not appear exactly identical. That is because I have changed the color codes and color interfaces that are available on bpytop and btop++, but on the bash variant, there are fewer settings and fewer configuration options. This is potentially because the shell lacks features that are available on C++ and or Python. I have just exited btop++ and I'm switching to the sibling project of btop++ written in bash. This is known as bashtop, and this is the aforementioned top utility by Aristocratos with fewer features, which is why the colors are different from on btop++ rather. bpytop is next, and bpytop's interface should be more similar to the C++, but the C++ and Python interfaces are still different nonetheless. I am now exiting bashtop and switching to a sibling project of it and btop++. This is the Python variant that I had mentioned earlier. Even though I may have said that the colors should be similar to bashtop, false rather to btop++, it is possible, but unfortunately, as of the audio recording, I forgot that I had changed settings since on bpytop to make it resemble the btop++ configuration. Bashtop does not allow such configuration change. However, anyway, this is the variant written in Python. See py for more information about the language it is written in. This is the third of the three Aristocratos top utilities that I have used, and this is the last one that I'm using in this video, as Aristocratos does not have more equivalent utilities. I am now leaving the Aristocratus family and switching to htop. Htop allows nice scrolling and additional features, though I'm on a TTY and actual cursors do not exist on TTYs. It is still a nicer experience, I should say. There are probably more specific terms, but in the tech industry, in the informal and casual settings, the word nicer can and usually does refer to htop in comparison to regular top. Now I'm on the help interface and I'm back to where I started on htop. Note that unlike regular top, htop does usually contain color codes on a TTY or on a terminal emulator or elsewhere you may be accessing htop. I am now leaving htop and starting to use the top commands that tend to require sudo. This is the input-output top command, iotop, which requires sudo because of the vulnerabilities from a CVE in 2011. I believe it's CVE 2011. I forget if it's 2494 or 3494. Please write me up in the comments if you know the exact CVE and the exact Linux kernel version that this vulnerability had impacted. But there was an issue where non-root users could get sensitive permissions. This is why sudo is required for iotop and the upcoming iftop and iotop-c commands as well. I am now leaving iotop and switching to an equivalent utility written in C. Again, sudo is required to access this utility for the same vulnerability reason. I am now leaving iotop-c and switching to the network interface top, iftop. Again, this command requires sudo and the interface should be similar to the regular iotop, not the iotop-c. If you remember the regular iotop interface, the iftop interface is similar but not identical because this is interfacing rather than input-output. And usually if, including in this case, refers to networking. According to this interface, you would see nothing. That was, at the time of the recording of iftop, actually the case. Now I am switching to slabtop. Again, a command that requires sudo, and I believe this is a systemd-cgtop command. And root has access to much of the kernel interfacing, which is why the kernel slabs usually require sudo to be viewed, if not always. I'm sorry, I thought it was slabtop that was systemd, but this is a systemd-cgtop command. I'm actually not sure. Please correct me if you know of any case where slabtop, the previous command, was used outside the scope of systemd. This is a systemd command, cgtop. The last one may not have necessarily been. You can correct me in the comments or you can correct me elsewhere, but either way, I would appreciate your support. I am about to exit systemd-cgtop in the next few seconds. I am transitioning to virt-top, virt-top. This is for QEMU, and I'm not sure Docker containers as well, but this is a top command for virtual machines and their processes. Note that there are no virtual machines running at the time of the video, so virt-top, like iftop for the network interfacing, is completely empty. This is expected in the context. And I might have spoken too late because I'm now on nmon, N-M-O-N. Now I'm looking at the help for nmon 16p is what is shown at the top left or upper left corner of the screen. The command is just nmon, but it is another alternate top interface for Linux that can be accessed from a TTY or a graphical user interface. And finally, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give this a thumbs up, leave a comment, or subscribe. And until next video, see you soon.